Hey guys, it's Penguin here, and welcome back to another goal making video. Today we're going to be talking about a flip that you can do really easily as long as you have mining, and if you have an alchemist then it becomes even easier and you can get a ton of profit. We're going to be talking about arcane crystals, arcanite bars, and lastly, enchanted elementium bars. We are going to be talking about the process from turning the crystals all the way into the enchanted bars and exactly how much profit you can make doing this, as well as how to get all the recipes. Now, I have been doing this for a while now, and the profit margin on these flips are very, very good. Some of my TSM data from the past has actually been deleted. However, I do have a sale from a few days ago, which we are going to be talking about. So if I look at my expenses for arcanite bars, so 8 days ago, I purchased 91 arcane crystals for 41k. Keep that in mind. And then if we look at enchanted elementium, and we go over to revenue, as you can see, we sold those exact same things 4 days ago for 15k each, bringing us to a total of 142k. So I bought them 8 days ago for about 41k, and in a 4-day turnaround, I was able to make 100k. Now, there are a few other items that you do have to purchase in order to make these bars. So let's say we can cut that down to anywhere between 80 to 90k profit within 4 days by just buying this off the auction house, crafting it, and then just reposting it. Sadly, as you can see, I kind of lost my sales from recently all the way to 70 days, so sadly I do not have much data. However, you can see that there are some sales. It's of course not all of them because TSM is a little bit weird sometimes whenever you get errors, but yes, as you can see, that is a sale that we made about 80 to 90k, or even if you want to say 100k, depending on how you want to go about this process, but we're going to be talking about it now, so let's get started. So the first thing you're going to want to do is actually pick up some arcane crystals. As you can see, I bought these about 4 days ago. I bought 155. Currently, there are no arcane crystals on the auction house, so I can't really show you guys actually what they look like. However, if we do want to go back into our TSM purchases, as you can see, I purchased the 91 the other day for about 460 gold, and I just purchased these 150 for about 630 gold. Of course, this is going to depend on actually how much your Enchanted Elementium is spending, but we're going to break down that cost in a little bit. But of course, you will want to pick up some arcane crystals. As you can see, I purchased them anywhere between 400 to 600 gold. Of course, I spent a little bit more on this stack, however, it is perfectly fine, we are still going to make profit. In order to do this flip efficiently, you will need one alchemist with Transmute mastery, and you will also need a miner that is level 300 vanilla mining. If you guys do not have either of those, you want to take the time to level both of them in order to actually correctly do this flip. But what we will do is I am going to mail over this arcane crystals to my alchemist, and then we are going to go over onto that character. Alright, so when you are on your alchemist, of course you want to open up your arcane crystals, and you will need to open up your alchemy. What we'll be doing is transmuting these arcane crystals into arcanite bars, which you need one arcane crystal as well as one thorium bar to do. Now thorium is very, very cheap. Currently, yes, it does say it is going for 7 gold on my auction house right now. However, if we do want to look at prices, thorium is going for either 7 or going for 95 silver, and it is a 1-to-1 ratio. So basically, we are picking up this thorium at 1 gold a piece, or even less than 1 gold a piece, and that is what we are using in order to transmute. So the cost is very, very cheap. Now, if you do not have this recipe, you can pick up this recipe from Tanaris. It is inside of a vendor hut. It is from Alchemist Pestlezug inside of Tanaris. There will be a picture on screen of where to get this. The only requirement is that you need vanilla alchemy from 275. You do not need 300, however, you do need 275. So if you do not have that, please take the time to actually level up your vanilla alchemy in order to get this. And also, you will want to make sure that you have Transmute mastery. If we go into professions, as you can see, I am a Transmute master, which allows us to actually proc extra bars and just whenever we are doing transmutes or anything like that. In order to get this, you will need to go to Org or Stormwind, and I believe it cost 4 living steel in order to pick this up, but you will definitely want to make sure you do have Transmute Mastery in order to do this. But we are going to go ahead and turn our 155 Arcane crystals into Arcanite bars, and we will be back to see how much we get after this. Alright guys, so we are done crafting. It took about 4 minutes to complete, and as you can see, we ended up with 182 Arcanite bars. Now, we actually crafted 155, so we actually ended up with 27 extra bars from just procs and everything because we have that Transmute Mastery. Now, this is very important because you are getting that extra bars, which is going to go a long way and help us with transmuting and everything like that. Now, after you have these Arcanite bars crafted, you can choose to sell them just how they are. Currently, they're going for about $8.50 on my server, which brings us to a total of 154,000 gold already. However, that price might be a little bit inflated, and as you can see, the region sale average is about 580 gold, so it's definitely on the more expensive side. However, just doing this, that's already turning that 90k that we spent into 154k, which is super nice. However, we are going to be sending this over to the miner in order to complete the next step in actually creating the Enchanted Elementium Bars. Alright, so we are over on our miner, and as you can see, I sent over my Arcanite bars, and now we are ready to craft. Now, what we are actually crafting, if I move to the anvil, we are going to be creating these Enchanted Elementium Bars. The reason why these sell for so much and the people want them is because they create those old legendary items, for example, like the Thunder Fury, stuff like that, and that is why people need them. As you can see, currently on my server, they're going for about 12.5k, but I sell them mostly at about 15k, so it's actually pretty low for me on my server. However, the average region sale average for US is, or for NA, is currently 8k, so either way, it is still pretty good, and we are going to go over how to actually do this now. Now, this recipe is pretty special because it is a drop from a side little minion inside of a raid. The requirements for this is that you need mining level 300 in order to learn this recipe. However, you can go and actually get this recipe at level 1 mining. You just, of course, can't learn it until you hit max level. Now, you do need mining in order for this recipe to drop. You cannot run this on your Alchemist. You cannot run this on your Tailorer. You have to have mining on that character in order to get this item. Now, to get there, you will need to find Blackwing Lair. It is inside Blackrock Mountain. As you can see, there should be a little video on screen showing my route, but you will just want to go through the raid like normal, passing the first 2 bosses, etc. And then towards the end of a hallway, you will see 3 guards, and there will be a goblin behind them. He will be probably working on some type of thing, and he is in the corner right by the staircase, and his name is Master Elemental Shaper Krizix, something like that. Don't know if that's pronounced correctly, but that is what you will want to be finding, and you will just want to kill him and loot him. Currently, Wowhead says that it is a 26% drop rate. However, people are claiming if you have mining, then it is 100%. Not exactly sure. I did, however, get it first try, but of course, it kind of depends. You guys can test it out. If you guys do not get it first try, it is okay. Don't worry about it. You will definitely just have to try again. However, if you do get it first try, then that is sweet. But yes, this is what you will need to do. After you kill him, he will drop a recipe and you just learn it. And there you go. You have your Enchanted Elementium Bar pattern. But as you can see, to craft this, we need 10 Arcanite bars, which we just crafted. You will also need Elementium ingots, as well as Fury cores, as well as Elemental Flux. Now, the Arcanite bars we just actually created ourselves. And the Elementium ingots, you can either get it from running Blackwing Lair or any of those types of raids. However, I purchased them on the auction house. As you can see, about 76 days ago, I bought a ton of them for around 83 gold, so under 100, and currently I still have about 50 left, so my price right now is about 83 each. However, as you can see, they're selling anywhere between 100 to about 300 gold. It of course just depends on your profit margins. You will have to decide what is the best price for you, but honestly, anything around 100 gold I would definitely pick up. Moving on, we have the Elemental Flux, which is just a crafting reagent. As you can see, I have about 400 in my inventory. You can just buy them from any blacksmithing supplies person inside of major cities. I currently just buy them at Orgrimmar inside of this building right here, which is the blacksmithing building. Go in there, go to the supplies person, and they will sell it to you. It's about 3 gold a piece, I believe, and it is really nice. Lastly, we have the Fury Cores, which you get from running Molten Core, so you can either run the dungeon yourself, or you can just purchase them. I have about 62 of them, and I buy them for about 5 gold a piece. It's really nice, it's not that expensive, and it is perfect. So, as you can see, with the smelting that we did, we can make a total of 18 Elementium Bars, but let's first calculate the cost of this before we do so. So if we remember, we bought all of our Arcane crystals for about 97k. So doing that, we are going to put 97k into the calculator. And then we have our Elementium ingots, which we are crafting 18. So we're going to multiply that 83 number, which is my average buy price. We're going to multiply that by 18, since it is 1 per each. Then we're going to also do the same for Fury Cores. I buy these for about 5 gold a piece. So we are just going to add on 5 times that 18 amount. And then lastly, we have Elemental Flux, which is about 3 gold a piece, and we need 3 for 1 craft, so it's going to cost about 9 gold. So we just multiply that 9 gold by that 18. And with the current prices that I just stated, in order to craft 18 of these bars, it is going to cost us 98.7k to do so. Most of that being exactly just the Arcanite bars, but we're going to go ahead and craft, and we will see how much gold we get in return. But talking about that price, everything besides the Arcanite bars costed us about a 2k gold amount in order to purchase. Of course, my Elementium ingots I bought for really cheap, so it might be closer to about 5k or 10k on the very high side if Elementium ingots are not cheap for you. However, because I was able to get it so cheap, the additional reagents only cost about 2k gold in order to make, and of course the big sum of gold is the Arcane crystals. Now we're going to let these craft. As you can see, it takes quite a while to craft, but we'll be back in 2 minutes to discuss how much gold we're going to be making. Alright, so we have completed crafting, and as you can see, we have our 18 Enchanted Elementium Bars, and we just hold down Shift. Currently, if I sold these for 12.5k each, I am going to be making 225,000 gold. Keep in mind that it cost a little under 100k to craft all of these. We are making about 125k profit, which is huge for only about 10 minutes of work, depending on how much you're going to be crafting. But yeah, this is a really nice find and a really nice flip to be doing. Of course, there is a pretty low sell rate. It's about a 0.07 because this is used for legendary crafting and stuff like that. Of course, it's not going to sell as fast as Shadowlands items. However, it still sells very fast. Normally, it sells within the week that I post it, and I'm on a lower pop server, so on higher pops, you probably have even a quicker turnaround. But we're going to log on to my character where I actually sell this item, and we're going to post it on the auction house to ensure the actual profit margins are correct and everything like that. Alright, so going on the auction house, we are just going to post these up. As you can see, they are going for about 12.5k, which is making us post at 225k gold for the total amount, and we're also going to be posting for 12 hours with a 27 gold deposit cost. But there we go, it is now posted, and all you have to do is wait for it to sell. And it is as easy as that, guys. That is basically it. I hope this flip can help you out. Of course, if you have not done this before and you do not have the professions leveled up yet, it's going to take a little bit to actually get to that level of where you can actually do these transmutes as well as these crafts. However, it is super useful. People buy these bars a lot, and you can make a ton of profit, definitely if you can get some cheap Arcane crystals. If we were able to buy those Arcane crystals at about 400 gold, like we did the previous batch, instead of purchasing them for about 630, the profit margin would have been a lot huger, and it would have been awesome. But besides that, this is a quick way to make about 125k, and it takes about 15 minutes, and you can probably sell it within the week. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to check the description down below where you can see my Twitch link where we are live streaming about 4 days a week. We are also doing variety content, which means we are not always streaming WoW. Of course, we're doing that most of the time, but we are mixing it up a little bit. Also, guys, I have released a second channel. It is called Penguin R2G TV, and it is just going to be having my Twitch VODs. So they don't expire on Twitch themselves, and it's just easier for audiences on YouTube in order to watch those VODs if you guys were not able to catch me live. So that will be a link in the description as well if you guys want to go and give that channel some love. I would appreciate it. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free to leave your comments down below and like if you enjoyed the video. And of course, have a good day.